Have you guys ever heard the saying that it has come time for the rubber to meet the road? Some of you have. Basically, what that means is it's come time for a major decision to be made and not just a lot of talking. Guys, it has come time for your crypto wallets, regardless how many projects you have in them, it has come time for the rubber to meet the road. We talk a lot on this channel about locking our portfolios down the closer we get to the bull run to make sure that everything that we're invested in, we have the best opportunity to make long-term gains. And depending on what you're going for, you want to make sure that the projects in your wallet are going to work on your behalf. No longer should, at this point that we are at now, no longer should you have dust, crypto dust. And what a lot of crypto dust is, and a lot of you guys that do business with crypto.com, you'll notice that they have what's left over as crypto dust from a bunch of tokens you might have had and you might have made changes, and the residuals are left over behind. What you can do is you can convert that dust to other assets, some like Crowcoin. Well, I take a similar approach when it comes to my own portfolio. And I look at my portfolio, as I told you guys, I've brought my portfolio down from like 30 something projects to maybe nine right now, nine or 10. And the reason that I bring it down is really the reason that you guys might want to consider doing the same. When you spread yourself too thin, you don't really get the returns that you want when it comes to your investments. And I get it. I get why a lot of people spread themselves thin. It's because you can't make your mind up. And every corner you look in, everywhere, every time you open YouTube or you open crypto news, you're seeing you should buy this token. Oh, this token over here has the best bang for its buck. So you don't, a lot of you anyway, don't really know where to put your money. This is why I created a channel like this. Not to say that I'm some crypto fortune teller that has a crypto ball over here and I can, you know, predict the future. I can only predict my research. This is why I always tell you guys you want to make sure you're doing solid research. Well, I wanted to make this video because time is ticking. And I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the market, but if you look at the market, we're really, I believe the bull run is closer than you think if it's not already here. You know, we've talked about the bull run being 10 to 15 days away, according to some popular analysts. But how close is it? Well, all you have to do is just look at the surge in Bitcoin, look at the surge in some of your altcoins to see that it's right around the corner. So, all of these videos I've been making has been for a reason. And it's always about buy the dip and continue to buy the dip and then just keep stacking your bag so that you can get the best bang for your buck. Remember, on this channel, we always talk about quantity and quality too, but it's the overall quantity of the tokens you hold that's going to ensure really, really big gains. So that's what I want to talk about. And I want to kind of guide you guys in how you should be doing this wallet maintenance right now, your portfolio maintenance. Those of you that are off the fence and are in crypto. One of the things we want to look at all the time, which is why I'm always on crypto news sites, because I'm always paying attention to the regulatory landscape of cryptocurrency. That's my utmost concern with the election, with how either candidate is going to affect crypto as a whole. And my crypto gains that I'm expecting. So these are the things I want you guys to be looking at. And I'm going to jump over here and I'm just going to take you down a little bit down the how you should be looking at your overall portfolio. And we're going to do that. We're going to start over here with crypto news. And you remember I told you want to look at the regulatory landscape. So when I look over here, I'm starting to look around because I want to see. I know what I hold. You guys know what you hold. So we look around, and one of the articles that was posted yesterday, it says, "Is the party over for political meme coins?" Now, if I'm a person that's holding political meme tokens, and I have a nice size bag of those in my portfolio, the one thing I want to be conscious of is where are we with not just political meme tokens, but meme tokens as a whole, all over. Pepe, Turbo, Floki, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. I want to make sure that we're still that these particular meme narrative is still going to rip. I want to make sure it's still going to rip. So I might journey into a article like this, especially if I'm holding Trump token or whatever token that's out there right now in the political space. Remember, meme tokens are not meant as those long-term tokens that's going to really do anything after the election. You think about it. Some of these political meme tokens are just going to disintegrate and go away unless the meme token that, like, if you're into a Trump token and he wins the election, then of course I'm pretty sure money is going to flow in and it's just going to go through the roof, but you should take your funds. So you want to make sure, above all else, that the global crackdown on meme plays or some of these other lesser known tokens are not going to affect your overall bottom line with your wallets. And if you are someone that's holding a whole bunch of meme tokens in your wallet, you might want, I ain't saying get rid of them all, but I'm saying you might want to do a little research on all of those tokens that you hold and say, okay, which ones do I stand to make the most money, and maybe consolidate a little bit into those. Like if you're holding maybe a turbo and you're holding just a load of Trump tokens and you have all these other meme tokens as well, you might want to say, okay, maybe I can just maybe I can just consolidate and get rid of some of those and feed them off into either a turbo or a Trump token. And this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I think. So that when these tokens or if these tokens rip, I'm going to get the most bang for my money. I'm going to make the most money long term because I know this is a quantity game. How many do I hold? Some things like this you should be looking at, especially if you hold any type of meme plays in your wallet. I know I do. I hold some, but not a lot. I'm down to like Shiba Inu and Turbo, and I've consolidated some of the other ones in, well, Shiba Inu I don't touch, but I've started consolidating some of the others. So you want to make sure you're looking at that, and you want to. And another reason I'm on this site, and I'm on sites like this, Coin Market Cap. Hold on one second. And I'm on Coin Market Cap, where I can go over here, and I'm constantly checking out the news with these. We go over here. Where we at? News. Here we go. And the reason I'm checking out news, and I don't just segment myself to something like cryptonews.com. I'm also all over the place and doing Google searches on issues and different things in the news. Forbes. These are a lot of people that cover crypto. The reason I'm looking at that because I want to see if one site knows something that another doesn't, or if one site has a different take on some of the issues that's going to affect my tokens. One is like some of these compliance challenges that they're having right now with the Security Exchange Commission, and with how they're going after XRP. They went after Coinbase, and they go after quite a few of these tokens that people hold, and they hold a significant amount of these tokens. So you want to make sure that you know their cases in and out. You want to make sure that you know their cases so well that you can almost spout it verbatim. And the reason And that's only if you are invested in those tokens. Because if you're someone that holds a really big bag of XRP, when I say big bag, I mean like 100,000 or more of those XRP tokens. Well, you should be paying damn close attention to everything that's going on, because that's a pretty sizable bet. And depending on how many other tokens that you have in your wallet, or how diversified you are, you want to make sure, like if you're someone that hold a large majority in something like an XRP, you want to make sure that you're right. Or if you're not right, that you're diversified in a way that if this case happens to drag out a little while longer, it won't hurt you. Meaning that you won't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. For those of you who don't know what that means, you won't have to dip in your major bag of XRP just to pay off some debts or things along that nature. If you truly believe in a token, and I believe if you must believe in XRP if you're holding large numbers like that. Some people hold, actually, believe it or not, at least I think 10,000 and up is some serious belief as well. Like myself, now I'm up to close to 12,000 XRP tokens that I hold. But that's not something, again, remember, when I first got back into XRP, I was staying at 1,200, and now I've since upped that to like 12,000. Well, that's my little bit of um, wallet maintenance, because I had a lot of meme plays that I don't even talk about on the channel. But I said, okay, we're getting close here. I want to make sure that I'm in a lot of projects that they're not just going to wreck me. So I said, let me cipher some of these memes into something like an XRP, because I do have patience, and I can wait a little bit for that to really develop into what I believe it's going to be. So these are the things you want to do. You want to look at how heavy you are in your portfolio in certain spaces: DeFi, AI, gaming, things of that nature. You want to make sure that you're at least diversified a little bit into all of them, but you want to look at the regulatory factors that's going to govern them. You want to make sure you're doing that. Then again, and also you want to look at things like technological advances, and you can't go there without going into something like, for instance, and this is the reason I'm so heavy into, where are we at? Internet computer. Reason I diversify. That's another one that I really brought things down in my portfolio, and I put a nice sizable amount into internet computer the more I start learning about them. Because again, you want to look at what's going to be here for the long term. And the reason I went so heavy into ICP is because I'm looking beyond this bull run. I'm looking beyond anything that this bull run is really going to give you, because I know someone like internet computer, especially when you look at the people that's behind them, or the person that's behind internet computer. And I did a video on him, a pretty detailed video on Dominic Williams. And something I didn't mention in that video is that he gives off the vibes of a Steve Jobs to Apple, or Elon Musk to Tesla, maybe Bill Gates to Microsoft. That's the way I look at him as a visionary. If you think about the people who invested in these other companies like a Tesla, Microsoft, and Apple, look at how wealthy a lot of those people are who got on board with these guys' visions. With this guy, with ICP, Dominic Williams, he's been around since like 1998. This guy is super smart, and he saw something in the world computer. That's basically what internet computer is. This guy is building something that I really believe is going to put him up along next to the Mount Rushmore of technology with the guys I just named. So I made sure that I put a lot in that, as well as I can stake and continue to make passive income for my family. So that's another sector, because I love technology too, and seeing where we're going with Web3. I wanted to make sure that my portfolio was diversified enough to where I would see some gains in the short term and the long term to come. The reason I chose to lock it up in NNS versus I believe it's another way you can lock ICP up too, and where you can just take it all out whenever you get ready, but you can still get the passive income. The reason I chose, and I never ever mentioned this, the reason I chose the NNS route when locked it up for 8 years for the 8 year gang status is because I like to protect myself from myself. I protect me from me. And when you lock things up, some things, this is the reason people lock up things like, I believe, CDs and such. You like to protect yourself from yourself. You know, you don't want to get to a point where you have a momentary lapse in judgment or weakness and say, you know what, I knew it staked over there, but I'm taking it all out. I'm going to put it back later, and you don't put it back later. So I'd rather earn that passive income and just make it work. But I also have a side bag. But I want to keep up with the technological advances because I want to see. Um, you want to make sure that your project that you're in, who their competitors are, and make sure that you're going to be around a long time and your money is not just going to be wasted away. So you can't get emotionally attached to any of them. Now, of course, if you're going to be in crypto, these are the other things you want to make sure you look at. You want to look at market volatility. You can't be in crypto without having the word volatility because that's what crypto is. You can look at, like today, the fear and greed is 53. Tomorrow, fear and greed might be here in the dark green, and then a week from now, it might be back over here to red, depending on how the world feels and what's this election, how how this election is starting to pan out. It could change. So you want to make sure these these tokens that you're settling on right now, that you say, you know what, this is going to be the wallet. Not saying it's set in stone, you can't change it, but this is going to be the wallet that I'm going to use going forward. You kind of want to insulate yourself with those tokens that are going to and I'm jumping back over here. You kind of want to insulate yourself. I actually thought I was on this for a while, guys. I'm sorry. I want to insulate yourself and make sure that you have projects like a Casper. Well, yeah, projects like a Casper that's not going to get as beat up like it's presently doing. It's 16. I'm probably stopped out by now, but you want projects like this that are going to stand the test of time, and even when the market is getting beat up, they kind of hold their own. Projects like Ethereum, of course, Bitcoin. Projects in your top 10, projects in your top 100, mainly your top 30, somewhere up in there. You want to make sure you have maybe some of these to insulate yourself just in case things get put on hold, like the video I said with the crypto bull run that's coming. So things of that nature, and always you want to make sure that you you have your eyes open and your ears to those crypto streets so that you can be watchful for those up and coming projects that a lot of people might not be talking about, or those up and coming projects that you might bump into, like I did when I found Casper back in the day. And you say, wait a minute, not a lot of people talking about this, but they have something here. Let me put a few bucks in there because I really think if they continue on the path that they're going to really blow up. And that's why I like ICP. Of course, ICP has been to the top of the mountain, and right now it's down at the bottom, but it's an opportunity. And when you start digging and doing your own homework into these projects, you come away with more reasons why you should be throwing more money into these projects so that you will be able to create that long-term generational wealth. But it's going to take that maintenance of sorts in your wallets that you have. Now, and I wrote notes for this, guys, because I want to make sure I nail it for you guys and get everything down. When I pull everything together, you want to make sure your risk tolerance is up to par. Your risk tolerance. Of course, if you don't have some risk, in your portfolio, you can't expect these just insane gains. You can expect gains, but you're not going to get those life-changing gains unless you open yourself up to certain risk. You have to have some risk. When I look at Casper, I look at that. That's one of those risk plays. It's only a risk play in the sense that they haven't been around a long time. Not because they people look at them and look at them as trash and you're just gambling on something that you only you believe in. People believe in Casper, but let's just be honest, Bitcoin been around longer. So in that case, and in that sense, Casper is a riskier play. But I'm heavy into Casper because my risk tolerance says, you know what, I'm going to I it's not a gamble if you do your research. That's what I say. If you do your research and do proper research, it's not so much as a gamble, but it's still a risk because your token that you're or your coin that you're heavily invested in, this bull run may not be its number might not get called. But if it's a great project, sort of like Casper, ICP, HBAR, and uh, Solana, I could go on and on. You want to be able to be in something, some of these tokens that you could say, you know what, even if their number not called this time, I still have faith that I'm going to reap my rewards in the end. I have a rule that when you invest in, unless it's a meme token, when you invest in certain crypto projects, you should be looking at that like I can see myself being in this token for maybe 3 to 5 years. Potenza Tau, that's another one. And you look at technological advances with artificial intelligence, that's another one that you want to look at. That I have a nice number of those in my wallet because I believe in the AI narrative. You should too. It's more proven. It's more research and resources out there to prove that AI is going to be really big this crypto bull run than it is disproving it. So these are the things you want to look at when you're doing your overall wallet maintenance. Diversified. Make sure you're diversified. Regardless how much you believe in one or two projects, you want to make sure you diversified all over the board. So just in case your token number is not called, you can still make some money to weather you into that next bull run, or when your token number is called, you can still be investing into it, dollar cost averaging, buying the dip, things of that nature that we always talk about. Things like security, that these are all the things that affect cryptocurrency. Security, that's one of the biggest, with people all constantly getting hacked. They're hacking wallets. That's what they're hacking. So you want to make sure these like that's not going to hurt your crypto projects in this space coming up, especially with the regulatory environment that we're headed into when it comes to cryptocurrency. So security is a really big focus, which is another reason I'm into ICP and the security that they provide. They have proven that they're going to be here. These guys are going to be here, and they're only going to be bigger. They're only going to be bigger. Crypto is not new. And if you think that the government don't understand crypto, you're sadly mistaken. They do. They understand crypto. They just make it seem like they don't. That's why a lot of the moves are being made they're methodical moves that they're making. So the only thing you can do is do your research. Get in cryptocurrency. Get into some cryptocurrency. Look at everything that's going to affect it. Always look at your long-term goals. Your long-term goal. What are your long-term goals, and how long do you have to wait for these gains? If you're someone that's not really a long-term person, you're more sure of a short timer trying to get in this bull run and make the most you can. Well, these are the narratives you should be concentrating on. The AI narrative, the RWA plays. There's so many I could name. Gaming. A lot of people say gaming might not be all that, but I can tell you this. There are a few gaming tokens projects that are going to blow up. It's just the nature of the bull run. You just want to make sure that you're in one of them or as close as you can to getting in one where when it does blow, your project gets some of that leftover money. That's just how it works. And the other thing I just want to leave you guys with is if you've made it this far, you truly are going to be a crypto legend. And take a long look at your portfolio today and look at the overall value of your portfolio, because it is going to surprise you this bull run when it blows out the water. And your hands are just going to be shaking because you're just not going to be able to comprehend the zeros that you're looking at in your wallet. To the next one, guys. Do your own homework, diversify, do some wallet maintenance. That's the best way to make the most of this bull run that we got coming up. I'm out.